All right, man. So I'm gonna make a very simple, short video on why you're not gonna get rich just investing your money. I'm not gonna waste your time. We're gonna get straight to it, bro. Look, if you're trying to invest money, you're not gonna get rich if you're just an average person working an average job. It's gonna take you like 20, 30, 40 years if you have an average income trying to make something decent in any investment market, right? If you look at the rate of return in the stock market, right, at the S&P, it's 10%, 15 to 20% on a good year, right? Now, if if you have a low income, anything under like six figures, anything under $60,000 a year, do you know how long it would take you to make a good amount of money to retire when your income is that low? You're looking at like 20, 30 years to get close to retirement, bro. Let's say you decide to go invest into what Bitcoin. Bitcoin did 90% for the year so far. And as more people start to invest into Bitcoin, those yearly returns are gonna start to go down. It's not gonna just continue to do these crazy high returns every year. That's not how the markets work. So you have to ask yourself, how are you gonna get rich just investing? It doesn't work that way. What you need to do is go work on raising your income, bro. Get you a better skill set, right? Find a way to earn more money. Maybe try to look into starting a business. Maybe get a side hustle, a second job. Go learn a better paying trade where you can get yourself to six figures and above and then try to invest. The higher your income, the more you can actually make investing, right? Because when you're looking at investing money, it's a time thing. It's really a time thing. The more money you make, the less time it's going to take you in the markets to actually get a decent return. The best investment you could really make is within yourself. I'm not a guru. I'm not what is it? I'm not a financial expert. This isn't financial advice. I'm just a guy who's lived a little bit of life and I've seen this. I've seen people making 20, $30,000 trying to get rich off of the next hyped up crypto coin, you know? Meanwhile, you got other people here who they skipped all that and they focused more on themselves. They went and got them a great paying career, right? They got them a side business, right? They raised their income six figures, 150, 200,000, 300,000, right? Some people, you got them 400,000 and up. These guys who done raised their income, they focused more on the income rather than just trying to get rich on a low income. They're going to beat you every time because they're going to have so much more capital to put into the markets. It doesn't matter how many years you were investing while you were making $20,000 a year. The person who's making like two, 300,000, they could pass you in just 1 year of investing. Shit, maybe 6 months. 6 months of them putting some money in the markets can smoke a guy who's making like 20 to 50,000 because after you pay your bills, after you take care of yourself, you're not gonna have that much money to put into these markets, right? So to sum things up, man, before you go into the stock market, the crypto market, thinking you're gonna get rich, the first step that you need to do is figure out a way to raise your income. Ask yourself, how much money are you or am I making per year, right? Now, go make a list of all of your bills, right? And pay attention to how much money do you have after you pay all of your bills at the end of the month. And that's going to be the difference in how much you have to invest. Bills minus, your income minus bills equals what you have to invest at the end of the month, right? If it's not a substantial amount of money, you're wasting your time trying to invest. Take a pause and go invest back into yourself. Find a way to raise your income. And once you're up in the six figures, once you're up, preferably in the high six figures, get it up as much as you can. And then you could come back to talk about, okay, Let me throw money into Bitcoin. Let me throw money into the S&P. Let me throw money into these investments here, there, whatever, whoop-de-whoop, you know, but it's not gonna work if you don't have a high income. You're wasting your time. I'm out.